Hey guys, Katie Plays here with my very first speed build. Here I am building a small starter house for my Super Meta Let's Play series. I knew right before I started that I wanted to build a little loft-style house. I saw some pretty cute pictures on Pinterest and had to have it. So here I am getting started with the upstairs portion, which I figured would kind of be the trickiest part to get in there. Kind of poked around a little bit. Had some trouble with the open area not wanting to be a room, and it took me a while to get that fixed. In fact, I went back to fix it later. So I think I gave up for the time being and started building the downstairs. That section that I'm starting on is the kitchen and bathroom. The half wall didn't wind up surviving, but I really wanted to see the tool because I'd never used it before. So I'm getting some stuff put in the kitchen. I knew I wanted a red, white, and black theme for the house. I thought about putting a little dividing wall in, but opted for some island counters instead. Wound up having to move them because those stairs were in the way. Moved the kitchen a little bit. Being able to drag rooms is so nice. Worked out well because I forgot to leave room for a refrigerator, so the bathroom had to scoot again. So I'm just moving around some kitchen stuff here. Putting in a sink, putting in some little decorations. I was pretty pleased that the trash can fit so close to the wall. Now stocking up the bathroom so I don't run out of money without having a toilet, because that would not be cool. And just getting some basics in now. I'm back to trying to get the bedroom loft to fit. I'm starting to furnish it a little bit. Wanted to put a mirror, found out it didn't fit, so I had to take it out. Definitely had to buy the computer first so that I had money for it, because you can't do a techie Let's Play without having a computer. Changed my mind about the windows a couple of times. This is the first iteration. This is not what I wound up with. But I really like the little mod windows. And then I started playing with some exterior wallpaper. As you can see, I'm not the type to do the outside and then the inside. I just kind of do it all at once. I really liked the look of the brick. I wanted the one with the siding, but I couldn't find a siding that matched to put upstairs, so I just went brick all over. And now I am trying to make the house a little more interesting. I obviously don't want it to just be a boring rectangle, but I'm not familiar enough with how much space things take to be able to build those interesting little ins and outs straight away, so I kind of had to add them after the fact. But I like it because it meant my kitchen got to be a little bigger than I was expecting. I had no counter space before, and now I do. There I go, changing the windows, something a little bit bigger. My only problem with those windows, these are the ones I wound up settling on, but I don't like the way they look with the bordered brick. But I changed my mind about the brick too a few times. And the unbordered one I had on there for a minute, but it looked kind of boring, so I wound up going back to the one with the little wood corners. I went through and did some different colors for visual interest. I think this is the part where I realized that my not room was broken. Tried to fix it. I thought about adding a little patio, that's what's happening here, but I realized it was going to use up too much of what little money I had left, so I wound up ditching that idea. But it is something I want to come back to later, expand the house a little bit once I have made some money in my Let's Play series. But this definitely needed to be a starter home. There I am making the upstairs fit the bottom half. Changing my mind about wallpaper again. Yep, still changing my mind about wallpaper. That went on for a while, actually. Changing my mind about the windows. Okay, this is the part where everything was broken and I was trying to fix it. And I finally managed to, though not like that. I think I just re-walled it, tore it down, decided that the stairs weren't in the right place. So I trashed those, I think. Maybe not, yep. There they went. In the process of fixing things, my bed kind of disappeared, but that comes back when I'm redecorating upstairs. I guess I probably could have put a mirror in at that point, but I decided I didn't need it anymore. There's one in the bathroom. I don't need one in my little loft. Added a little reading nook. Some lighting. I actually really like the upstairs. It's super cute. So at this point, I realized that my living room was a really, really weird shape, and it was like, man, I don't want people to have to walk between the couch and the TV to get to the bathroom. That's just kind of lame. So I tried adjusting the shape a few times, changed my mind about the door a few times, but I decided I really wanted the double door. So I wound up putting it back. That single door just wasn't going to cut it. And then I finally decided that the couch just didn't need to go in a straight line, and I had a cute little corner there, so I decided the TV could go there, the couch could be at an angle, and I would put a plant in that little nook there. I mean, when you're working with a small space, you really can't you have to be creative. It's like a real life application. Your furniture is not always going to want to fit. But it worked out well. Then I spent quite a bit of time on the roof. I haven't done a lot of roofing, so I don't really know how they work, but I did see some tutorials on ways to make them not suck, and even though it took me about 10 times longer than it takes, well, pretty much anybody else, I'm sure. It took a while, but in the end, I wound up with something I was pretty happy with, for the most part. I'm sure it could be better, but it does the trick. Some of those little not rectangular addy pieces, I don't even know what you would call them. Anyway, they make roofing tricky but more interesting. Changed my mind a couple times about how I wanted them to look once they were on there. Toyed with the idea of some little floor borders, whatever they're called. Back to messing with the wallpaper. Just couldn't find something I was happy with. It's an odd shape that I wound up with. Then I had to move the house around. It was in the wrong place on the lot. Couldn't decide where I wanted it. It's so small, the lot is so big. I thought about changing the windows again. Couldn't afford them. Some giant windows would look really nice, I think. I might change those again in the future. Considered some stucco. That wasn't going to work. Then with my last, I think I had like $200 left, I decided to try to do some landscaping. I realized there's not a whole lot of plants you can buy with that little money. So I put in a little walkway, moved my mailbox. I actually wound up changing the mailbox after this video to one of the more sleek ones that match the house better. So since I couldn't afford a lot of flowers, I painted some on, put some daisies by the mailbox. Almost put them in the corner, didn't like them. And then I bought a tree because a lot without a tree is just super sad. And that's it. I'm going to leave you guys with some really awkward fly-throughs. I'm bad at the cinematic camera, but I promise I'll get better. So this house is available on the gallery. You can find it by my username, Katie Plays It, and I'll put a link in the description. And that's it. I hope you like this house.